Fine. I'll do it myself.
Welcome to the channel. Today I am talking about Deadpool. Now that at first may sound a bit strange because usually this channel talks about Nordic and Germanic myths. We talk about Odin, we talk about Thor, we talk about Vikings, we talk about the old land spirits and the old gods. But did you know that the people who've made the first superheroes, I'm talking about Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, that it was their mission to create new heroes for a new age. That was their mission statement. So they were basically trying to create a modern mythology, because mythology is usually always in the past. It's, you know, swords and bows and arrows and dragons and quests. But there were no mythological tales starring scientists, space travel, skyscrapers, and that's what they wanted to bring to the world. So the question is, are they successful? Can you, if you look at a popular modern superhero like Deadpool, can you find the same archetypes and can you find the same depth and the same lessons? Well, at first that sounds preposterous, but if you care to join me, we're going to dive a little bit deeper and you're going to find out that Deadpool actually raises a couple of profound questions of our own existence. And even possibly we can answer those questions using paganism. How's about that? So, who is Deadpool? Deadpool's a superhero was created by Rob Liefeld, I believe in 1996. I'm an old guy, so I was reading comics at the time. I already liked him back then. He has some superpowers, and his major superpower is that he can regenerate himself, meaning that he can recover from any wound. You can chop off his head and he will just grow a new head. He's also known for being a wisecracker, being a smartass, just always having a good sense of humor, and being a bit crazy. My lighter broke. But for this episode, I don't want to focus on his healing factor, because a lot of people in comic books have healing factor. I don't want to focus on the fact that he's a bit crazy and he cracks a lot of jokes, because there are a lot of people in comic books who also do that. There is one defining characteristic that Deadpool has that nobody else has. And it is the following. He is the only comic book hero that knows on the inside that he is a comic book hero. He knows that there are writers. They allude to this in the comics. One comic he fights Wolverine and he says, you will never die. Not that your superpower isn't your healing factor, but it's your popularity, so the writers will never kill you off. And he displays that in the comics and in his movies by what they call breaking the fourth wall. Meaning he's in the middle of an action sequence and he just stops and he just looks at the viewer and he addresses the viewer directly because he knows there's somebody watching. There's even a comic called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, where he actually kills everybody in his universe and then jumps off the pages and starts killing the writers. So he knows. And the crazy part is there's a tiny bit of truth in that, because often crazy people somehow accidentally also have access to a certain part of truth. The saying goes, I don't know if you ever heard it, the crazy person drowns, or the psychotic drowns, in the same water the shaman swims in. So crazy people, they're in the same ballpark as the shamans, only they drown in it and that's why they're crazy. But sometimes they have access to a sort of truth. My day job is a nurse, and I've also worked with people like that who are absolutely psychotic and can tell like a coworker, like, I know you have 5,000 euros under your mattress, and then the coworker actually has 5,000 euros under your mattress, but he can't like admit that, of course. But somehow crazy people have a little bit of truth in them. Okay, what does that entail for this tale and the symbolism of Deadpool? Well, Deadpool is a bit of crazy, but there is actually a certain story arc where he goes even more crazy. Not in a fun way. Where he actually tries to kill himself. The story is called Deadpool Kills Deadpool, where he goes in various crazy stunts in order to rid himself of this curse that is his life. It's kind of like an episode of Jackass, only he's actually trying to kill himself. So he knows there are comic book writers, and he's going insane because if you know that there's a higher power in your life, if you know that there's somebody else up there who is writing the story that is your life, how is it possible to be a hero in that story? That, my friends, is the philosophical question that Deadpool poses us. His existence asks that question. That's the root of all his insanity. And it's a profound question. If you believe that there's a higher power that guides you, if you believe in the three Norns, Urt, Varandi and Skuld, the three women who weave the web of fate, can you still be the hero in your own story? Because I believe that, in fact, is the goal of mythology, to incorporate it in your life and to become your own story. Now, do I have a question? Do I have an answer to that question? I'm not sure. Maybe asking of the question is more profound than actually me finding an answer. I usually want to make a video when I have an answer and I want to act like I'm all smart. Oh, wow, I've had this insight. Wow, look at me, I'm so special. But it could also be that asking the question is more entertaining than the actual answer. And maybe you can help me find an answer in the comments below. In paganism, we believe that there are the Norns, the people who weave our fate. But we believe that even though they lay the lines out for us, it is still for us to walk our path in life. It's still for us to use what has been given to us, our power and our personality, our charisma, our skills, everything that we have, to do what we have to do. So in paganism, I don't think we have this nihilistic approach. And maybe that's more of an Abrahamic mindset. Like, oh, God takes care of everything, so why should I even fucking bother? But we don't have that. I just want you to realize that even though I believe that everybody has its own mythology and has its own little path that you walk, and your path will cross certain people. There's something required of you. You still have to live your life, and it matters if you're, I believe everything you do indeed does matter. The little things matter and the big things matter and everything matter. So don't get nihilistic. Don't go crazy like Deadpool. Just take care of yourself, okay? I'll see you all next week.